Yes, EC Eternal versus Steel Army. We are going in right now. Here we go. And as you can see right here, it is overtime in game one between EC Eternal and Steel Army. Devin Raisin Boy and Red 4 versus Deep Sea Huskies of Philosophy Girl. Remember the very first matchup they've had in week one. EC Eternal made an incredible impression in that game 3, winning it convincingly. And now in this game 1, they're tied 1 apiece. Going into the second minute of overtime as they hold on against Steel Army. And I did say we were going to have a second match coming up very soon. Just bear with me for a second as I get that set up. It's all happening live right now. Just high, a whole lot of action, a whole lot of intensity. No time to waste. So bear with me as I stay silent. I just need to make sure I have everything set up and ready to go. Still 1-1 between EC Eternal and Steel Army. I don't know how this game hasn't ended yet, not gonna lie. EC Eternal doing a great job defensively right here. Devin looking to get it finished off. But just as a heads up, Timbers Army versus EM Dallas Burn has kicked off. It is 0-0 right now between the two sides. As for Terra Azul versus Axon Rules, I'll look to share the results whenever I can get them. But unfortunately, I won't be able to get them instantly and live. Still great defending right here from EC Eternal as they look to get a huge Game 1 win. But the opening is right there for Red 4. Weak shot. And Huskies with his Octane ZSR gets it out. Raisin Boy right into the middle now. Devin trying to get in. The potential game winner. Raisin Boy following it up, misses his touch. Red 4 to Raisin Boy, not the way they threw it out. Devin has to intervene to take charge. The net is right there for the taking, and Red 4 somehow misses. EC Eternal are incredibly lucky they're still in this as we go into minute number 5 of overtime. Oh my goodness. Cyberburn, I understand you'd rather watch EM Dallas. I'm getting that set up very shortly. As we see, Philosophy Girl get in the game winner. What an upset right here in game 1. EC Eternal in 5th place takes out Steel Army in 2nd. They're up 1-0. Wow. The cinema keeps going, chat. We may no longer be in the premiere, but the chat says, hold my beer. They are bringing us back into absolute drama and cinema. And just as we wait for the second game to kick off, I can report to you that Timbers Army and EM Dallas Burn are tied 1 apiece with less than 1 minute 40 seconds remaining. I do apologize for not being able to get that up right now. I'm still making sure that it is able to show up. That will be coming up for you very, very shortly. Just bear with me as I get that ready to go. We are just about ready to go for game 2. Once again, thank you all very much for your patience. Just want to make sure we are ready to go. As we kick off game 2 at Sovereign Field, Sovereign Park, I believe. Sorry, I'm just a bit muffled up right now. There's a whole lot of stuff going on. Here we go. Game 2 kicks off. Bear Blitz and Debit and Fly Penguin. Yes, there are 2 subs on Steel Armies, and Bear Blitz and Fly Penguin coming in for Raisin Boy and Red 4. As for EC Eternal, they get a couple of subs of their own. Huskies and Philosophy Girl head out for a Daipo and Funk. So chat, we have a big upset in game 1 between Timbers Army and EM Dallas Bird. Timbers Army lose game 1 to EM Dallas Bird 2-1 as we see Bear Blitz give Steel Army the lead. They're trying to make up for the loss that they had in game 1. Steel Army back in the lead. Thanks to Bear Blitz, they're up 1-0. And here is the PIP view. As you can see, on your right side, Timbers Army versus EM Dallas Bird in the short screen. Whereas EC Eternal versus Steel Army is in the big screen. We gotta thank Rydog for showing us the player POV from his end for that matchup. There would have been no other way for us to showcase that match otherwise, so thank you, Rydog, for setting that up. If you want to see his player POV, it's Rydog TV on Twitch. Or you can stay right here to see both EC Eternal and Steel Army, as well as that match. Bear Blitz, though, showing no mercy, doubling the lead for Steel Army. Debit off the backboard, Bear Blitz right there. He has been amongst the top of the goal-scoring charts, which has been dominated by Polar and Shorts, but he wants to keep himself in the race. And he gets his own second goal right there to double Steel Army's lead. They're up 2-0. And now Fly Penguin adds the third. Fly Penguin, one of the new players in SGL this season, coming in, benefiting from the chaos at the back for EC Eternal, tapping it into the back of the net. And EC Eternal take a 3-0 lead. Timbers Army take the lead at the other game. Loy Boy getting the first goal. No replay for that, though. They want to skip and just get to the next game, understandably so. All right, I want to make sure everything is good to go, chat. So if I'm silent, I'm just making sure everything is set up. All right. Oh, there you go. Okay, we're all good. Nice. I see there's something else going on. Okay, let me sort this out real quick. There you go. Good. All right, let us go into the other POV with where is it? Oh, it's not there. Okay, never mind. Let's go back. My apologies for that, chat. We're doing all this live. Just trying to make sure everything is good to go. Thank you very much for your patience as we make sure that everything is presentable for you guys in SGL. But it's incredible to see 2 goals from the opposition in both games. EC Eternal getting one back, and EM Dallas Burn getting the equalizer against Timbers Army. All right, now we are good to go. Let us jump right into the alt POV, alt PIP, as we see Wicca give EM Dallas Burn the lead. They were down 1-0, but Caesar, Pico, David, and Wicca are in the lead against Lloydboy, Rhydog, and Piglet. Absolutely unbelievable scenes right here. What are we watching? Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm catching up with the chat as well as with all the chaos that has happened. So, Devin, game 1 finished 2-1 to EM Dallas Burn, which is the scoreline right here in this game 2. As we see Bear Blitz get his hat trick and seal the deal for EC Eternal. They have basically won game 2. They're back in this matchup with 19 seconds remaining. I doubt we'll see EC Eternal come back unless they spring a miraculous upset right here. Meanwhile, in the other game, we're watching Rhydog's POV right here, so it's not a pure spectator point of view for you to be able to follow up with all the action. But you are able to see some sort of gameplay right there as Timbers Army are down 2-1 against EM Dallas Burn. Pico David is playing in that game too, by the way, and EM Dallas Burn still has the lead. As we see Bear Blitz seal the deal right here, getting his 4th, keeping up in the Golden Boot race. Debit to Bear Blitz yet again. Cherry pick to the open net, and Steel Army are back. They win game 2 5-1, and they tie this match 1 apiece. And speaking of tying the game, Timbers Army have come back and they've tied their game 2-2 with 1 minute 35 seconds remaining. I'm gonna unmute this to see if we get some audio going. As Rhydog gives Timbers Army the lead in game number 2 of that matchup. 1 minute 26 seconds remaining. Timbers Army are up 3-2. And that's exactly what they were looking for as well. Right? That was a really good shot, Luis. Absolutely insane. Uh-oh. I see what's going on. Okay. All right. Just trying to make sure everything's good to go and we're all caught up. As we jump into game number 3 for EC Eternal versus Steel Army. Just waiting for both sides to get ready before we kick that one off. EM Dallas Burn, though, have to get back into this, but they are pinned back. Rhydog looking to seal the deal! And despite the best efforts of Caesar and EM Dallas Burn, Rhydog gets his 2nd, and gets his hat trick. Thank you for that scoreboard flash, Rhydog. And Timbers Army's 4th. They're up 4-2 with 30 seconds remaining, and surely they're back into this now. Not gonna lie, it's absolutely crazy to see how well EM Dallas Burn have been playing in this matchup. Getting that game 1 victory over Timbers Army is absolutely insane. But now Timbers Army are back, ready to go again as we kick off game number 3. Here we go. And it's Debit, Fly Penguin, and Raisin Boy. Raisin Boy coming in for Bear. As for Steel Army, as for EC Eternal, it's Huskies, Philosophy Girl, and Mr. Funk. Gonna go here real quick whilst we wait for the other match to get back. Philosophy Girl coming in for a Daipo. And Husky's coming in for Deep Sea. Right, Luis? Pico David did very well in that game. He was really good. Surprisingly so. I think Bonesy, I believe Rydog is listening to the stream as well, which is probably why he flashed that scoreboard, or he probably knew what was up. Again, thank you very much for all the patience whilst I got this set up, chat. May not have been easy, but hopefully you guys are enjoying this right now. It would have been even nicer if we had a third match to show between Frontera Azul and Axon Rose, but just didn't have enough referees and other volunteers around to help get that showcased for us here. So we'll just be able to report the result for that when that match gets done. We kick off game number 3. Let's jump right into the action. Here we go. On the right side, you have Timbers Army versus EF Dallas Burn. On the left, you have EC Eternal versus Steel Army. Pico David, I'm telling you, you are getting better and better, bro. Gotta keep that confidence going. You're able to hold your own now. And speaking of holding their own, EC Eternal has done very well to keep this 0-0 so far. Raisin Boy can be a bit difficult to deal with if you're the opposing side, but they've done very well to keep him suppressed. Fly Penguin, though, growing into his own right here. Debit having to come back, but Fly Penguin does just enough to clear that out of the way. Huskies gets one beaten. Funk leaves it for Husky. Shot towards the net. Fly Penguin. And Debit diving for the save. Debit gets the final touch. And Steel Army are on the back foot for just a moment right there as the demos rain in against them. But they still hold on. It's still 0-0. Meanwhile, Timbers Army take the lead. They're up 1-0 in game 3 with less than a minute played. And just like that, not too long after Timbers Army took the lead against EF Dallas Burn, Steel Army take the lead as well. Debit flying in from the midfield, bouncing his shot off the crossbar, and an unfortunate deflection into the back of the net. That's not how you want to concede a goal, but for Steel Army, they don't care. They take the lead. They're up 1-0. Huskies having to get this out of the way. Does so, does just enough. Fly Penguin tracking back. Has to get out to Debit, who takes it out to the right side. Mr. Funk beats it right there. Great challenge, but Raisin Boy's there to follow up. Huskies likewise to keep the pressure up. Huskies try to play a pass, but gets a weak contact. Just the ball goes nowhere, and Fly Penguin gets it out and towards the middle. Fly Penguin gets a 50. The ball bounces high up. Debit off the backboard. Raisin Boy following up with a shot. Huskies there to meet him in the middle. And awkwardly, Funk lets it go. Fly Penguin takes over from Debit. Off the backboard, the shot wasn't on target. And now the ball might be rolling in towards the net. And Philosophy Girl gets the equalizer. Catches Steel Army off guard with a slow rolling long shot. Meanwhile, in the other game, Timbers Army doubled their lead. And they're looking to put EF Dallas Burn down after they lost game 1. They want to show no mercy. They want to show everyone who the top dogs are at SGL Premier. They're up 2-0. (1-1) with less than a minute remaining between EC Eternal and Steel Army. Can still go either way. Debit trying to lead his team forward. Fly Penguin didn't have the boost, so he lets it go. Big 50 towards the middle. Raisin Boy trying to get the shot off, but he just couldn't get it on target. Now Debit needs to track back. Fly Penguin meeting the dribbler out. Philosophy go all the way back. Doesn't get the final touch. That is very unfortunate for them. 30 seconds remaining on the clock, and Debit gets the lead back for Steel Army. Philosophy Girl couldn't get the touch. Debit with the easy tap in. 64 miles per hour, 103 kilometers per hour. And Steel Army take the lead. They're up 2-1. And speaking of leads, Timbers Army triple their lead, and they get the fourth. Great pass from Rydog to Piglet. EM Dallas Bird are in trouble. They're on the back foot. And after starting so well, winning game 1, they are now losing game 3 4-0. And Timbers Army look likely to go into match point. Not too long after, though, Anomaly gets a goal back. Straight out of kickoff. 4-1 to Timbers Army with 1 minute 40 seconds remaining. As game 1 ends, Steel Army take advantage, and they are now on match point themselves. They're up 2-1, not just in the game, but also in the match. And let us go into Timbers Army versus EM Dallas Bird whilst we wait for the 4th game to kick off between EC Eternal and Steel Army. All right, everything's good to go. We're just waiting for game 4 to kick off between EC Eternal and Steel Army. Meanwhile, Timbers Army versus EM Dallas Bird in the final 30 seconds. It's still a 3-goal advantage for the Portland Timbers boys. Meanwhile, the FC Dallas contingent trying to get themselves back into this, but the clock is not on their side. And this is looking really comfortable for Timbers Army right here. Rydog gets it out. Great dribble. Ball loose in the middle. Piglet misses. Lloydboy trying to go for a shot. Gets saved by Anomaly. And the game is over. Timbers Army win game 3 4-1. And they are now on match point. All right, both teams are going in for EC Eternal versus Steel Army. Game 4, au Parc de Paris. Steel Army with a good kickoff. Red 4 couldn't get there. Red 4 coming in for Raisin Boy, and Bear Blitz coming in for Fly Penguin. It is the trio of brothers, Red 4, Bear Blitz, and Debit against Deep Sea Huskies and Philosophy Girl. So EC Eternal looking to take us to game 5, just as KC Cauldron did against the Cinco Doce. EM Dallas Bird looking to do the same on their end. EC Eternal doing a decent job so far, keeping the ball in the orange half, but now the ball's in the midfield. Red 4 beats 1. Huskies gets bumped by Bear. Bear following up off the backboard. Red 4 looking for a shot. Philosophy Girl meets him in the middle, but Devin follows up, not on target. Deep Sea should be able to bring this out. Gets demoed after he demos Bear Blitz, and now Philosophy Girl keeps the momentum going for EC Eternal. But just like that, Steel Army bring the ball out. Now they're looking to take the initiative. An awkward moment right there from Debit. Huskies has the chance to give EC Eternal the lead, but Bear Blitz gets back right on time. Denies him the opportunity to get the first goal, and it's still 0-0. Meanwhile, Timbers Army versus EM Dallas Bird kicks off on the right side of your screen. The loose touch from Red 4, but Deep Sea just doesn't really take advantage of that. Debit, though, to the middle! And what a save from Huskies! In the middle at the right place at the right time, denying Bear Blitz his goal. Red 4 towards the middle, off the backboard. Bear Blitz overshot that. Steel Army are keeping it going. Red 4 has to follow this up. No, he gives it to Devitt. Bear Blitz to Devitt. And Steel Army take the lead with 2 minutes 54 seconds remaining. Their pressure has counted. They pinned EC Turtle back for a long while there, and they get the first goal that they deserve. Meanwhile, Timbers Army take the lead against EM Dallasport. As a reminder, that is the Rydog POV that you're watching. So all the action that you see is from Rydog's point of view. Hopefully it is giving you a decent idea of what goes on as Timbers Army look to double their lead, but the ball bounced off the crossbar, and now they need to defend. EM Dallasport coming up on the other end, but they couldn't keep up their pressure. They couldn't get an attack going, and Nelly doubles the advantage for Timbers Army. Loyboy with a Musty pass. Musty followed up with a touch in towards the middle. Nelly finishing it off. Timbers Army are up 2-0, and they want to seal the deal fast. And just like that, a third goal straight from kickoff for Timbers Army. They're looking really comfortable right now after conceding that game 1. They're showing us why they are the title contenders. Awkward moment right there, though, for Rydog and Co. And Loyboy just does enough to get the ball out of the goal line, staying right behind Rydog, waiting for the ball to come to him instead, and he gets a big save to keep this at 3-0, and potentially a fourth for Timbers Army. Nelly trying to get a pass off. Rydog wasn't expecting that touch off of the Fennec butt, and somehow Timbers Army just don't get their fourth, but they keep it going. They're not going to let that weigh them down. 2 minutes 44 seconds remaining. Meanwhile, in EC Turtle Steel Army, we are just about going to enter the final minute. EC Turtle still pinned back, but they're still in this match. Huskies try to take over, but he plays it to Bear Blitz, who tries to give it to Red 4, but Red 4 gets beaten. Devitt to the corner. Deep Sea misses. Philosophy Goal gets the corner boost and goes back. Devitt versus Huskies. Huskies wins. The ball's going towards the middle. Bear Blitz misses. Red 4 has to deal with it on his own. And Huskies comes back and gets the equalizer with 44 seconds remaining. AC Turtle don't want to give up. They'll keep it going. They want to take us to game 5 in that matchup. It is 1 apiece with 44 seconds remaining. Deezer getting the first for EM Dallasport in this game 4. 3-1 to Timbers Army with 150 remaining on the clock. Still lots of time for EM Dallasport to come back, but this Timbers Army team, whenever they deal with any adversity, they come back strong. And speaking of adversity comebacks, EC Turtle take the lead against Steel Army within the final 30 seconds. Great pass to Deep Sea by Philosophy Girl. Deep Sea at the right spot, finishing it into the open net. No one there from Steel Army to deal with that shot. 20 seconds remaining. EC Turtle want to take us to game 5. And EM Dallasport have come back as well. 3-2 to Timbers Army at the moment with 1 minute 15 seconds remaining, but Rydog comes in at the perfect time and gives Timbers Army the lead. Or extends the lead, rather, sorry, to 4-2 as EC Turtle win game 4, and we are going to Champions Field in the championship. As we go back to the premier matchup between TA and EMDB. Timbers Army get a 3-goal lead yet again. Just as EM Dallasport were coming back, Timbers Army step up. It's now 5-2 between the two sides. Caesar, Wicca, and Anomaly just getting overpowered by Nelly, Loyboy, and Rydog. Cyberbird saying, looks like they just gave up. I don't know if they gave up per se. I think they just get outpaced and they're just getting outmatched at the moment. But you can surely say that they are not giving up because Wicca gets back with another goal. 5-3 to Timbers Army this time. 48 seconds remaining. Never say never to a potential comeback. And Caesar now gets another. What is going on? Loyboy trying to get it out of the way, but Caesar's right there. Loyboy with a big save, but Caesar gets back to the ball, reading that touch from Loyboy. 5-4 to Timbers Army. They went back to a 3-goal lead. They're now down again to a 1-goal lead. 35 seconds remaining. Anomaly! Equalizer! 5-5 between Timbers Army and EM Dallas Burn. Absolute insanity. Absolute cinema. But that is not the only match going on. We also have EC Eternal versus Steel Army in Game 5. Here we go. As Timbers Army take the lead yet again against EM Dallas Burn. They're on match point. That is a huge goal for them. 6-5. But EM Dallas Burn don't want to give up yet. It's Caesar. Oh my goodness. What are we watching right here? Rhino does not want to show us any replays. He wants to keep this going. 6-6. As we see an insane save from Deep Sea for EC Eternal. As Rare Blitz almost got the lead for Steel Army. And now Raisin Boy trying to keep it up. Deep Sea gets it out of the way into the midfield. Can we see a game winner potentially in Timbers Army versus EM Dallas Burn? We could, but what a save! Caesar and Anomaly both keeping the net protected, and we are going to go to overtime there as we see Huskies give EC Eternal the lead in Game 5. What a start for EC Eternal. The game is still not over yet. It is now, and we're going to overtime in Game 4 between Timbers Army and EM Dallas Burn. Meanwhile, Steel Army looking to get back. What a second touch right there, but Devin couldn't get it on target. Meanwhile, Huskies gets the second for himself. Doubles the lead for EC Eternal. Deep Sea long ball. Huskies back flipping. Touches it into the middle. What a goal right there. Absolute insanity. And speaking of absolute insanity, game winner for Timbers Army. Game, set, and match. 3-1 to the Portland Timbers boys. They had a right scare, but they have come back and they have sealed the deal despite all the setbacks they've had to deal with. Wow, what an ending to that matchup. Absolutely insane night of Rocket League action right here. Let's turn our attention back to the championship right now. EC Eternal versus Steel Army. 2-0 to EC Eternal. Steel Army on the back foot. Second place Steel Army looking to keep themselves in the title chase. EC Eternal looking to spoil things for them. This will be a huge upset in the championship if EC Eternal can see them off. Right now, Steel Army are doing all they can to get back into this. EC Eternal choosing to sit back. Rare Blitz and Co have been struggling, but Devin does get a shot off. Good save right there. Raisin Boy letting it go for Bear Blitz, who gets met by Huskies in the middle. Huskies doing well enough to keep the pressure up. Velospigo trying to keep it going, but Devin does very well to keep close control. Now Raisin Boy towards the middle, towards Bear Blitz, who tries to play a pass, but plays it way too high up, inviting EC Eternal forward as they enter the orange half and try to establish themselves to get a potential third for themselves. Great 50 right there from Devin. Another great 50 right there once again. Open net. But Deep Sea and Philosophy Go get back just in time. Combined to get that ball out. And they have cleared it out. He's gets his third. Gets the hat trick. EC Eternal are up 3-0. And they are looking at a massive upset in the championship. We saw EC Defiance beat the Rebellion. Might we see EC Eternal do the same thing and beat Steel Army? 3-0. This is absolutely insane right here. But there's still a lot of Rocket League action to go. We have 2 minutes remaining. Philosophy Go looking for a fourth. Good save right there from Debit. Carries the ball out, but a loose touch invites Philosophy Girl up. Nice 50 from Devin to keep it going. Gets the corner boost, trying to get a pass up, but Deep Sea read that and gets the ball cleared. Nice second touch there from Philosophy Girl yet again. Raisin Boy into the middle towards Huskies, who blaze it towards the goal. Devitt towards Raisin Boy. Can Raisin Boy get up with zero boost? No, he cannot. But Huskies also miss it. Shot towards the net. What a save. Bear Blitz was diving in, and Huskies still stayed strong on the goal line with a massive save to keep the 3-goal lead for EC Eternal. Another great sequence of saves right there from EC Eternal. They don't want to give up as much as Steel Army have picked up back. Great defending right there from the Seattle Sounders contingent. Steel Army have peppered the blue net, but EC Eternal have kept this clean sheet up so far as we enter the final minute. Might they finally get their goal? They finally do. It took 4 minutes and 8 seconds, but the blue wall has finally been breached. Steel Army are back in this. They get their first goal. It is now a 3-1 lead for EC Eternal. Well, that's big right there. A lot of time being wasted. But now Devitt out to Raisin Boy to the other end. Huskies try to play to Philosophy Girl, who passes it to the middle. But Deep Sea has zero boost. Tries to get a small pad to get to the first touch. Does enough. Gets the second touch as well, but Bear Blitz clears it out. Philosophy Girl to Deep Sea. Yet again, they try to get their passing game going. All that does is waste time, which is working out well enough for them. Raisin Boy now trying to bring it forward, but Huskies just enough to get it out of the way. Philosophy Girl, bring it to the other end. Might they get there forward? They do, with a huge assist from Bear Blitz. Couldn't get back on time. Philosophy Girl credited with the goal. And that does it. EC Eternal have sealed the deal. They get the upset, just like EC Defiance did against the Rebellion. 4-1 in Game 5. And that rounds up an insane night of Rocket League action for you. 2 major upsets for all of you. Absolute cinema.
The game was wrong.
Wow. All right, time for us all to catch our breath, chat. Okay. Before we jump into interviews, we do need to recap on what happened because we have 4 matches going. If you're wondering why people at chat are saying congrats Rebellion, for those of you who watch on YouTube, yeah, the people at chat are saying congrats Rebellion. It's because with this loss, the Rebellion basically extend their lead, and they pretty much are going to seal the deal in the championship now. So congrats to the Rebellion for that massive win. And I just got word on the other matchup between Frontera Azul and Axon Rose. So let me just record all the results real quick before I announce anything else. Because wow, what a night of Rocket League action we had tonight, chat. Let's do a quick review of this Game 5 right now. EC Eternal stepping up big. Huskies with a massive hat trick, but it's not, he didn't do it all on his own. Every single one of those players did a great job getting the passing game going. The counterattacks caught Steel Army off guard. They just had no answer to them. And when they tried to push up and pepper that that blue goal, EC Eternal did a terrific job to protect it. And we have 2 upsets for you tonight. Oh my goodness, what a night of SGL action. But it is getting close to midnight. We do need to have some interviews lined up. Let's see what we have set up for ourselves tonight. Oof. Sorry, I'm just catching my breath right now. There were indeed games tonight. Lots of games. Lots of games. Okay, chat. We have 3 interviews lined up. I just need to make sure all that's set up. Debit's asking me how I pulled this off. It wasn't perfect. There was quite a bit of it wasn't as clean as it could have been. It could have been better prepared, not gonna lie. But I hope you guys are happy enough with the action that you guys were able to see. Unfortunately, we did miss out on one potential banger. Frontera Azul and Axon Rose had a great matchup themselves. I will show you guys the scoreline for that matchup once I have everything set up and ready to go. Okay, as I said earlier, before we go to the entries, let's take a look at the results, chat. Look at that. We started off with a reverse sweep between Casey Calder and Lasico Dose. Then after that in the championship, we had 2 5-gamers. Frontera Azul with Saxon Rose went to 5 games. Frontera Azul came out the victors, but EC Turtle did the exact same. They came out the victors as well in a 5-game matchup. 2 big upsets for the night with Casey Calder and EC Turtle coming up the victors, and then we could have had one potential upset between Timbers Army and EM Dallas Bird. That in that crazy game 4 with the scores tied at 6, Timbers Army came out the winners right after OT, and they look to seal the deal in the Premier themselves, as the results on the right for the championship are in huge favor for the Rebellion. Let's take a quick look at the standings to see what it means. So let's start with the Premier. Casey Calder with that win, go up to 35 points. They're now 11 points behind. We have 2 matches remaining. With that win for Timbers Army, Casey Calder and Lasico Dose are both out of title contention, because with only 2 match weeks remaining, the max number of points they can get is 8. Timbers Army are up by 11 points. So Calder and Lasico Dose, you 2 have done very well to keep yourselves up, but you 2 are out of title contention. It is now a 2-horse race between Timbers Army and Frontera Chrome. Meanwhile, on the right side, that upset by EC Turtle against Steel Army means that Steel Army are now 4 points behind. They could have been at 36 points, but now they're up to, so not 36, 35 points, sorry, but now they're only up to 33. And with a 4-point deficit, and the Rebellion looking to have a strong finish to their season, Steel Army are going to have a very tough assignment in their hands to get back, as does EC Defiance for that matter. They're 5 points behind the Rebellion right there, so the Rebellion are looking very good to seal the deal. All they need to do is win their last 2 matches and they'll be good to go. All right, let us get to our first interview. We are going to kick it off with the victors of EC Turtle versus Steel Army. So let us bring in Andrea, aka Philosophy Girl from EC Turtle. Andrea, a massive win.
Hello.
Week 1 showed the potential, but you guys realize that potential now against Steel Army, winning this in 5. How are you guys feeling tonight? Oh, sorry, my mic was muted. Everyone in Twitch chat heard what I had to say, but Andrea, I'll repeat it for you. Huge congrats on you for your win. Week 1 showed the potential, and you realized that potential right here in this matchup, winning this in 5 games. How is your team feeling tonight?
Oh my god, the adrenaline. Dude, the adrenaline. I'm pumped. We're all pumped. I tried to convince Huskies to because he was amazing, but I don't think he likes interviews. I gotta be honest with you. So he wouldn't do it. So I was like, I'll take it if you don't, but I think you should do it. But he didn't want to do it.
Nah, it's fine. It's fine. I mean, he can always come in if he wants to be interviewed, but if you want to come in instead, that's okay. speaking of Huskies, I mean, he turned up big, getting a hat trick and giving you guys a 3-goal lead to start off with in Game 5. You know, how much did that help to boost your confidence to deal with the absolute shellacking you were dealing with in that Game 5 after you went up 3-0?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, like, we were in shock. We were like, we should not. How are we up like this? Like, I was in shock. I was like, this is crazy. And it was just like, let's keep it together. Let's keep it together. Let's keep it together. Because I don't really know if we played in a way that was like, I will say we were the better team because we won. But they definitely had control. They definitely had possession, and they were getting pressure on us. And we did some really good, like, last ditch defense in the back line. And I think that, I mean, we held it together really good back there, I feel like.
Oh, you absolutely did. So what else contributed to that? Do you think something else like communications would play a part in that, or was it just sheer will and determination?
Oh, we had great comms. We had great comms this game. I think way better than the last 2 weeks. I think we had really good comms. I mean, obviously not every time it works. Like, sometimes Dees will be like, leave that, and I just can't. I don't process it. But like, we did pretty good on just rotating well, maintaining composure, always being in the back when we need to be, and trying to keep up a certain amount of aggressiveness. That I think is the way when we play the best. We're pretty aggressive. So yeah, although they did kind of boost starve us, I will admit.
No, you guys still held on very well despite getting boost starved, and it was a lot of back and forth. You know, a bit of a volleyball game. You know, the ball just didn't stick really close to either team's cars for the most part. Was that something you wanted to see in this matchup? Was that like the game plan, to make it as chaotic and hectic as possible?
I think both of our sides are really good at 50s, and I think we both kind of showed that we want to take the ball away from someone. We don't want to just like sort of let them get it on and save it. We don't want to take it when maybe there's not as much of a chance to really do anything positive. So, you know, I think we want to block. We want to 50. We want to sort of like not much going on. Chaos ball, like, I guess works for us, and I'm so glad it was this game that we won, because the first game against Steel Army, it really did feel like, oh, we aren't horrible. We could have beat these guys given a little bit more, you know?
Oh, absolutely. Now, you guys rotated just as Steel Army did. How do you make sure those rotations don't affect your rhythm?
I mean, it's instinct, right? Like, I feel like for me, Rocket League, the entire game, and I'm trying to get better about mindfulness while playing it, but there's a lot of instinct to know, like, that ball is in a place where it's dangerous for them, it's dangerous for us for it to be there. They're going to get to it first. I know I need to rotate back. I know we're in a dangerous position. Like, it's almost like sort of like seeing red, like an animal, like, senses danger, stuff like that, you know?
Honestly, that's a good way to put it. I mean, if you're relying on your instincts in this game, you can go very far. Sometimes when you overthink, it kind of just holds you back. So I guess that's a good way to go in this matchup.
Yeah, I think for sure. Like, I mean, I have a lot of problems with panic, but I feel like it was a little better this game. I think we were able to calm the nerves, and because it was there was definitely some, even the good moments were like really like popping off and like screaming and just like feeling amazing. It's like adrenaline just flowing, you know. This is a good win.
And you should celebrate that win. Go out there and enjoy that. I'm gonna have to cut this interview short because we have a whole lot more coming up later on, but enjoy that win for sure. Before we end this though, I'm gonna give you the floor. Say what you want to say. Give your shout outs. Go ahead.
I mean, just my team, you know, Deeps, Huskies, Funk, Adifo. I mean, you guys are great. I love playing with you guys. I've become a better Rocket League player playing with you guys. And also, go Hawks. Like, seriously, holy shit, this Sunday, I was like a kid last time, you know? So, fucking go Hawks, dude. So, yeah, GG's. I'ma hop out.
GG's, absolutely. Take care and have a good night, Andrea. Rydog of Timber's Army. Rydog, we come to you after interviewing AGD Delight, and he was one happy camper. You must be absolutely delighted, no pun intended, after a potential scare from EM Dallas Bird. How y'all feeling after that thrilling win?
Yeah, it was good. It was a lot of fun. Hopefully my audio is coming in okay because I'm on my phone. I'm driving, but yeah, it was a little worrying in that game 4. Obviously, I don't know how much you guys were watching that because obviously you were watching a cinema series too. But it was back and forth. It was 4-4, 5-5, 6-6, and then finally 7-6 us. And so I was a little nervous just because I felt like there were just a few mistakes that I was making kind of towards the end of that game, especially with my kickoffs. That kind of led them to scoring a lot of goals. I mean, Caesar got the ball after all my kickoffs and solo played or solo played to an extent and then passed it off to, his teammates. And so I was kind of pissed about that. It was like one of those fool me once, shame on me, fool me twice, shame on you, fool me 3 times. I'm still getting fooled by Caesar. So yeah, anyway, I think we're feeling good. Obviously we just need to keep winning to keep our title hopes in our keep us in the driver's seat. So
absolutely. And that, with that win, by the way, you knocked out both KC Cauldron and Lacinco Dose from title contention. I think both teams are hoping for you to lose just so they can keep up, but that victory knocks both of them out. So it's now just a 2-horse race between you and Frontera Chrome. Are you still confident that you can see out this race until the very end?
Yeah, I think so. I've always said this, that I think that we're the most dangerous when I'm confident. There are times when I'm not confident, and I think that's not when we play well because I think my other teammates are insane, and maybe that's a lot of pressure on me. But some days I am clicking, and some days I'm not. Today I was definitely clicking. We were just talking about it in the public chat. My kind of upside down shot from midfield just gave me a whole bunch of confidence. I think I had a hat trick in 2 of the games. That's scary. For other teams, it's scary because when I'm like that, I'm confident. And so I think we can see it out. Obviously, we play the number 3 and number 2 teams left for the rest of the season for the championship. So I pressure makes diamonds. I wouldn't want it any other way.
Oh yeah, and you always turn up when the pressure's on you and your team. I mean, you guys went down that game 1, and game 2 you were down as well. How did you guys bounce back from those moments of adversity? What gave you guys the confidence to get yourselves going?
I think, although I don't think he said it that much this time, but Loyboy always tells us to have fun when we play. And I feel like that for me is just a mental hey, it's okay. And I think that's really what turned the switch of when I put too much pressure on myself. Like I was mentioning earlier, I don't play well. And so when I just am reminded hey, we're doing this for fun. You're playing a game for fun. It's okay. I just start to get all the confidence in the world, and obviously just trying to help my team win. I thought Piglet played insane as always when he comes in. I've kind of joked that he is the 3rd best player on our team for sure, and I'm super glad that he gets to play. Even though sometimes he's no, you and Nelly and Loyboy should play. You guys are the strongest 3, but sometimes I disagree with that, and he was insane tonight too. So I think when those 2 things happen, we're pretty unstoppable.
Oh yeah, you guys definitely have one of the strongest lineups in all of SGL. Big credit to Piglet for that, for making himself a big contributor. Despite AG Delight wishing for him to come down and join Axon Rose, I think he can still be a big player for Timber's Army. Not just the season, but beyond as well. One final question though before we end this interview, because we're kind of running out of time. Me personally, because we have a couple more coming up. Your name in that lobby was Rydog 0505. What's the significance behind that name?
Yeah, we were warming up, and Loyboy was trying to explain that we were in a threes game, and there were 2 players on the other team that had hyphens in their name, and he was trying to explain it of basically just why did these people have hyphens in their name, etc. And we were just dying laughing, and so All of us changed our names except for Piglet, of course, because he plays on PlayStation. It's a little harder to change your name, but Reese, Landon, and I all changed our name to include hyphens in our names because of that. I do wish I would have recorded like our warm up, like our comms a little bit, because you guys would have just been like, "What the heck is going on?" Because that was us in the Discord being like, "What are you saying to us, Landon?" So there's no like for the dashes, there's no significance. The 5 is just my college soccer number, and Rydog05 was taken. And so Rydog0505 stick. It was my last like Xbox gamer tag, I'm pretty sure, before I switched over to Steam and PC. So
Well, there you have it. That's a pretty funny story, not gonna lie. You guys just try to do it for the heck of it, and hey, we love to see that. We absolutely love to see that. Yeah, thank you for your interview, Rydog. GG's on that big win. Before we end this, the floor is yours. Say what you want to say. Give your shout outs. Go ahead.
yeah, shout out to EMDB, of course. We had some weird scheduling again this week, and so they were really flexible, and we were able to set this up for tonight. So shout out them for that, and then of course the games as well. They were super fun, especially that game 4 back and forth. Like I was sweating a little bit, and fortunately enough, we got it done in the end. Obviously, shout out my teammates; they're insane. Love them all to death. And side note, we get to meet Loyboy in person for the first time this weekend, so that'll be super exciting. And then I always shout out you because streaming like 6 games tonight was insane. So good job, Maz. Appreciate you.
I missed one, to be fair, so it wasn't perfect, but I tried to get as much in as possible.
There's only one of you, unfortunately. So you did a good job for what you got. And then I always shout out my mom, of course, who was watching too. Shout out Mama Rydog. And also shout out my girlfriend because I think I pissed her off for playing the game tonight. But it is what it is. We got the win, and that's what's important. So GG's all around, and yeah.
Oh, absolutely. GG's to everyone. And well done to you guys as well. One step closer to winning the league. See if you guys can do it, but you have 2 matches remaining. So you're almost there. Good luck, and have a good night.
Hey, thanks, Maz. Appreciate it. You too.
All right. We gotta rush through 2 more interviews, guys. 2 more interviews. Next up, the loser of that TA-EM Dallas Burn matchup. Let us welcome on in Pico David. Welcome on in. Kind of interrupting you in your live conversation. I forgot to update that as well. Hold up. We can do this real quick. And there you go. Pico David, welcome into the interview booth. Rough loss, but you guys kept it so close. You guys kept coming back over and over again. How do you guys do this against like the best of teams? What's the secret?
Caesar's the secret, I guess. You know, that guy was balling out. I can't say much because, you know, I only played in game too, but that guy was just incredible. Awesome, dude.
Really? Is it all him though? Because you were in that game too. You were in that game too, by the way. And your team was up 2-0 when you were in there. How'd you do that? Like, how'd you hold your own against that Timbers Army team?
I don't know, bro.
Are you playing Smash right now?
Nope.
Another video game at the very least?
Yes.
Okay. I had a feeling because I was hearing some sounds on the side. I'm not going to keep you here for too long. So, you guys might have lost, but you gave Timbers Army probably one of their toughest tests in recent weeks. You did what El Matador couldn't do, which is get a game and take them to overtime as well. In an insane game 4, I mean, Wicca, Anomaly, and Caesar really stepped it up. What does that say about the potential of EM Dallas Burn in future seasons? If they keep this lineup.
That we can get very high. I think the beginning of the season was just rough because, you know, we were just getting used to the new teams. Now we're finally kind of finding our pace, and now I'm actually, you know, playing somewhat respectable.
Oh, absolutely. But I mean, is this team going to remain after this season? Can you tell us a bit about where this team might go in the future?
From what I've heard, there are some ideas being thrown out there, but the people haven't gotten to an agreement yet. So, you know, it's still up to fate. I don't know what will happen, but wherever I go, I'll play. That's That's my role.
And let's talk about your gameplay as well, Pico David. You know, you talked so much about earlier on the season about, oh, I want to retire, I don't want to play. Some of it was exaggerated, but the idea was you were just not really getting into the game. In recent weeks, though, you've been becoming a bigger contributor against some very tough opponents. How have you got yourself to this level?
I'm not playing the game. I just don't play this game often. Like, I think the last time before I played, like, tonight was, you know, the other game against ECRC, which I did really great in. But yeah, I don't know what it is, honestly.
Well, you're kind of getting some reactions from the chat for that answer. Caesar giving the Resident Sleeper reaction to you for that. Also, a question from chat from Luis. Pico David, what are your thoughts on Piglet?
He's an awesome dude. You know, I like him. He's pretty awesome. You know, respect to him though. He held his own against when we played him as well.
I'm seeing some reactions right there. Okay, we might have to talk about that afterwards. You know, outside of the stream.
What? Oh, okay.
So don't worry about it for now. But a very good answer right there. I mean, Piglet is a good dude overall, and he did step up. He was a big contributor. With that said, I have to jump into the next interview, so I'm going to have to let you go. You can enjoy your game right now, but before you leave this call, I'm going to give you the floor. Say what you want to say. Give your shout-outs. Go ahead.
Shout out to Portland. Shout out to the Timbers Army. Shout out to my team. Y'all played amazing. A shout out to my long-lost uncle, and yeah, that's about it.
Shout out to Pico David's long uncle. Well, there you have it, folks. Enjoy your game, Pico David. GG's. Have a good night. We'll catch you next time. And there he goes.